Tonight at Wells Fargo Arena, the Iowa Barnstormers look for their first win of the season against an expansion team, the Fishers Freight. They won their first two games, but they have lost their last two. Larry Morgan, Jeremy Gloston with you. And so, Jeremy, with the Barnstormers looking for win number one, and with Fishers trying to get back in the win column, this becomes a pretty important game for both teams.
Yeah, it's definitely an important game for both teams. They're both looking to come in here and get themselves a win. They've both been going through a bit of a losing streak, and so they're both coming in fired up and hot, ready to go.
Well, Fishers may be a new team, but they're coached by a very familiar name for Barnstormer fans, the return of Dixie Wooten. What do you remember about playing for him?
I remember a lot about Dixie. He's a fired-up coach who coaches with passion, and he's there for his team. He wants them to be able to execute and do the things necessary to come out with a win. And so he's definitely going to push them tonight to work hard, follow the script, and do their job.
3 years that Wooten was in Des Moines, 36 wins and an IFL championship. Let's take a look at our spotlight players. And for the Freight, a returning player from the injured list, Sean Steele gives them a big lift.
Yeah, and Sean Steele, he's been talked about a lot by Dixie. He's a great player, played in 19 games, 3 interceptions, 77 tackles. Unfortunately, he got hurt, so now he's back from IR. He already has 2 picks, and he's looking to try to get himself one tonight as well.
Well, the big news for the Barnstormers is there's a new quarterback in town. You may recall last couple of ball games, the start of the season, Joaquin Collazo III, the quarterback, but it was kind of a shaky situation for him with a lot of turnovers, so they brought in James Cahoon. What can you tell us about him?
Man, James Cahoon, I've heard that he's had scouts looking his way from not only the NFL but the CFL as well. The coaches here for the Iowa Barnstormers, they say he has a rocket of an arm, an NFL-type talent. And so he wants to come out tonight and be able to show not only himself but the rest of the world that he needs to be in the league.
We mentioned the Barnstormers' inconsistency on offense, but a lot of the burden has gone to the defense, and despite the fact they may have given up a lot of points, they've really played pretty well.
And that they haven't. That's the biggest part about this game of football is defense. If you don't have a solid foundation, then there's not much that you can do. And so I believe that the coaches are trying to build around their defense and be able to put pieces together on the offense to help support them and at least drive the ball down the field and start to get some more touchdowns going.
See, coming from a former DB like you, that doesn't surprise me you would feel that way. Now, Coach Dave Mogensen says his team coming off their best week of practice, so he's hoping it shows up tonight.
Nah, and I definitely think that it will because, hey, these guys are fired up. Again, they've been going through a bit of a losing streak, but now they're, again, putting the pieces together to start to be able to come out here and execute and come out with a win.
Two teams who need a win tonight square off. The Barnstormers host Fishers next on MC 22. Welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena, game number 2 at home for the Barnstormers this year. And again, looking for their first victory. They lost their last home game against Quad City, 52-38. The coach for the Fishers Freight, as we mentioned, a very familiar name and a very successful coach in Dixie Wooten. 2 years with Bay Area the last couple of years as offensive coordinator. Prior to that, 2 years as the head coach and general manager at Tucson, and now he's come to the Indianapolis suburb of Fishers, Indiana, the head coach of this franchise that he's very excited about. And their nickname is the Freight because Fishers, Indiana was once a railroad town. So Dixie Wooten back in town and looking forward to being back in an arena that he has so much success in. Dave Mogensen, head coach for the Iowa Barnstormers in his 4th year, trying to get things turned around after a rocky start. The Barnstormers have won the toss, and they have deferred to the second half. So Gabe Rui prepares to kick off to A.J. Jackson. Fishers has one of the better kick return games in the IFL. Their leading returner, Devin Hafford, has averaged 27 yards per return, and Jackson, who is back there now, has averaged 19 yards per return. So the Barnstormers hope to contain the return game of the Freight and get some good field position themselves. Rui's kick, and he always looks for a deuce when he can get it. It's going to be a little bit short, and Jackson will bring it out. Tripped up momentarily at the 10. He gets out to the 10-yard line, where he's brought down by Shaq Currington, and so that's where Fishers Freight will have the football to get things started at the 11-yard line.
That's a good way to start out right there. I like the execution on both sides. Kick was great.
Special teams, something the Barnstormers really have needed to work on.
Yeah, and they definitely did that. Stopped them only at the 10-yard line. That's a great field position for the defense to start at.
Jaya Wright is the quarterback for Fishers, and he is a player that had one of his best outings for his career against the Barnstormers last year when he was the Sioux Falls quarterback. In that game, passed for 7 touchdowns and accounted for 270 total yards. So the Barnstormers defense hoping to contain Jaya Wright. And of course, it's a brand new defense, few returnees. Dixie Wooten is a coach who, despite the fact we're in indoor football, likes to run the football, and John Lewis carries on play number 1 as we take a look at the starters defensively for the Freight. We mentioned Stokes is, or I should say, right at quarterback. The wide receivers, Stokes, Carter, and Crest. John Lewis, the running back who carried there. Up front, a veteran group led by the center, A.J. Forbes, along with LaQuinston Sharp and Jeremy Cooper. It's a gain of 3, bringing up a 2nd and 7. And once again, it's a running play, and carrying the football is John Lewis, and he will carry a lot. His 48th and 49th rushes of the season already for the Fisher Freight. Now we take a look at the Iowa defense, and again, not too many familiar names from last year. Tyler Tate, the only returnee of that entire group who played here last year. Godbolt and Ellison join him up front. Jackson is the linebacker, and you saw the secondary, led by Larry Walker Jr., who will be our halftime guest. The Barnstormers face a 3rd and 2 defensively, and here comes the Freight. The quarterback this time is keeping, and he's going to be brought down as he crosses the 25-yard line, got to the 26, and has a first down. Again, Dixie Wooten is a guy who loves to run the football. His team has rushed 115 times this year and only attempted 67 passes.
And Dixie likes to stick more towards the outdoor game type of play, where in indoor, people usually think of big plays, long ball down the field. Dixie is playing football here, establishing the run, forcing the DBs have to come up, and then that's where he wants to take his shot.
And he thinks maybe the strength of his team is the line, and there is an offensive violation against the Freight before they can get a false start against the Freighter, and it will move them back to the 20-yard line. Fishers is a team in northern Indiana, north suburb of Indianapolis. They're the officials tonight. Brad Bunting, Steve Russell, Chris Scott, Zach Burt, and Dan Zeggers. And they throw a flag early in this one, so it's a 1st down and 15 call for Fishers Freight.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see a shot down the field on this one.
Wright is back. You called it well. There's that shot down the field, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jalen Carter, a rookie who played his last 2 seasons at Louisville. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 15 call for the Freight. So Wooten thinks the real strength of his team is that offensive line. If you're going to run, that's very important. A.J. Forbes in the middle at 6'2", 300. LaQuinston Sharp at one guard at 6'3", 310. And Jeremy Cooper at the other at 6'3", 315 pounds.
Yeah, and that's a solid wall right there, not only for your running back, but for your quarterback as well. And so that's one thing that you want to make sure that you do is work from the inside out.
Empty backfield on 2nd and long. Wright steps up into the pocket and runs 25-20, 15-yard line, 1 man to beat. He's pushed against the dasher boards. Let's see if he was brought down. He was. They brought him down at the 13-yard line. The last line of defense for the Barnstormers was Isaac Duffy, and he was able to get him against the dasher board to stop him there at the 13.
And that's one thing Dixie loves is a mobile quarterback. And Wright on this play definitely showed off his mobility skills over there trying to break tackles and get loose.
Wright leads the IFL in rushing. Yes, he's very mobile. Here's John Lewis, stopped in the backfield. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and it's a nice open field tackle by Caleb Street.
Hey, great open field tackle there by Caleb Street. Being able to shed off the block and then put his nose in there. That's what you want right there out of your DB.
Street, a rookie, 5'10", 175, out of Tiffin, which is a school in Ohio. So it'll be a gain of nothing on display on the last play, so it's 2nd down and 10 at the 13-yard line. Again, an empty backfield, but again, Jaya Wright loves to run it himself. This time it's Lewis. Lewis is grabbed, but gets away from the first wave of tacklers. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe got another yard, and that was it. The Barnstormers anticipating that play well. Darius Harper and Caleb Street on the tackle.
Man, and fantastic job there by number 4 to come up and force him to have to come back the other way. And then for the rest of the Barnstormers, that's what coaches want to see. Every hat on the ball, and that's what you saw right there on that play. Great effort by the defense.
It was Patrick Godbolt, number 4, who was the one who started the play, and that's why the Barnstormers able to make the play they did. Right to the end zone, and it is caught by Carter. Touchdown for Fishers. Jalen Carter, the rookie from Louisville, makes a nice leaping grab. In traffic, was well defended, but the ball was thrown in a perfect spot.
Yeah, and that was just a fantastic ball thrown there by Wright. Man, he put it on the money, getting it to Carter. And the way Carter went up and high pointed the ball, that's what you want out of your receiver. Number 20 for the Barnstormers, Isaac Duffy, he was in great position there, but it was just a better ball, better catch.
Victor Leventritt is the kicker for Fishers. And he is able to kick the ball up and miss it. He misses it, and so it's wide left. And so with the break in the action, the PAT fails. There's Wright finding Carter at the back corner of the end zone. 6-0, Fishers.
"2025 marks the 3rd year of the IFL's community-driven initiative with our partners at Build Your Base. It's called Game Time. Our mission is to empower our youth with essential nutritional knowledge. In 2024, our Game Time events engaged over 2,200 elementary-age children throughout our communities, sparking interest and understanding that feeling strong, feeling smart, and feeling good all start with good food. Learn more at buildyourbase.org.
When Omega Garage Doors first started out, our mission was to create lasting relationships with our customers through trust. It's a trust built through honesty. It's our service technicians fixing what's wrong instead of selling you on something you don't need. It's our guarantee that you won't be oversold. Trust isn't just a word for Omega Garage Doors, it's the only way to do business. So if you're having problems with your garage door or opener, give us a call. We're eager to earn your trust.
Fishers Freight able to convert on a 3rd and long play for a 12-yard right touchdown to Carter. The point after, it turns out, was good by Leventritt, and so it's a 7-0 lead for Fishers Freight as the Barnstormers get their hands on the ball for the first time.
And that was a good drive that they put together there on that one. The defense was holding out. They just got to do just a little bit more at the end there to seal off.
Yeah, forced him into several 3rd and longs, but nevertheless at the end, Wright able to convert. Here's the return by Keon Williams. Williams across the 10 out to the 15-yard line, tackle from behind. Penalty flag is thrown from a long distance away as Sean Steele, who we talked about prior to the ballgame, comes up with the tackle.
We do have a flag on the play.
And the officials will discuss that one as the Barnstormers will have their new quarterback debuting, James Cahoon, 6'4", 220 pounds, a rookie, played his college ball at Bridgetown State.
Return, holding, return team. Left penalty force, half the distance goal. First down.
And the Barnstormers were guilty of a hold on the return. So the ball will be brought back to the 8-yard line, and that's where Cahoon and crew will get things started. Up front for the Barnstormers, veteran crew, but one change. Desmond Besant, who started the last 3 ball games, injured, and he will not be able to play tonight. And Rodney Luckett, number 55, will take his place. So Cahoon about to take his first snap as a Barnstormer. He exhibits that strong arm right away and throws a strike to Jalen Bracey at the 15-yard line for a gain of 7. Let's take a look at the starters for the Iowa Barnstormers. Again, Cahoon is the new quarterback this week. Keyshawn Taylor, a veteran, and Keon Williams, a veteran, are the wide receivers, along with the rookie who made the last catch, Jalen Bracey. Clausen, the running back out of Wartburg, and Luckett, Castaneda, and Paul Fay up front, Fay the center. From the 15-yard line on 2nd down and 3. Cahoon drops back, has somebody open on the right wing, and completes the pass to Bracey once again. He's pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Bracey was just left alone over there on the right side. Let's take a look at the Fishers defense before we talk about that play. Former Barnstormer Christopher Oakley, one of the defensive linemen, along with Swan and Horsey. Tamara Hart, their linebacker. Gladden, an outstanding defensive back, and the rest of the crew is equally good. Steele, Rowe, and Felton. So here comes a first down play on the high snap. Cahoon back, fires off the left foot, and it's caught. And a great catch that time by Keon Williams, and he's pushed out of bounds, but he made the catch at the 15-yard line. I know you like it when guys go over the dasher board, and that's exactly what Keon Williams did to hang on.
And I like it even better when they come down with the catch. Because, man, hey, that was a fantastic throw to the outside where only he could get it. And then not only did he go up and high point the ball, but he flipped over the wall and still came down with it. Man, this quarterback has been showing me some glimpses of great decision making. He doesn't force the ball, what I've seen so far. He watches his check downs, and he has, you see there, he has a rocket of an arm.
And again, it's Bracey who they gave a lot of space to on that far side. He was able to make his 3rd catch of the night and carry it to the 5-yard line where he'll be close to a first down.
Yeah, and I'm liking the scheme that coaches came in here with, spreading out the team, spreading out the DBs back there, and allowing for somebody to be able to get open. And then it just takes the offensive line to give the quarterback some time to find that man who's open.
Is the Freight trying to give Bracey that much space on that right side?
I don't necessarily think that they're trying to give that to him, but it's you rather take the deep threats away and come down for them shorter routes.
Cahoon gets pressured, and he will throw it into the stands. Good pursuit that time from Jalen Swan. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and a yard to go at the 6-yard line. Cahoon, as we mentioned, went to Bridgetown State. 4 years there, passed for better than 7,000 yards, hit 60% of his passes, 56 of them for touchdowns. I said Bridgewater State, I should say, in Connecticut. And so the ball at the 6-yard line, facing a 3rd and 1 are the Barnstormers. Bracey goes wide to the right side. Everybody out for a pass, including the running back, Hunter Clausen. Cahoon is being blitzed. He fires. The pass is incomplete. But a penalty marker. In fact, 3 penalty markers fly on the intended receiver.
Are you stopping it? Can you finish? Maybe did they allow that? How close are you to having the website? Well, basically. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could probably print them, but I don't know officially. I don't, I mean, yes, I would say yes. But I don't know what your teacher will say. I mean, use your judgment. I'd say if you think so, then yes. So I dropped your medicine there.
Oh, what? That hurt? Yes. No, that's not. I felt like you could see the sun. You could see it there from now. No, yeah. This can't be all in one night. Did you never do your homework? Wow. Half of it, let's just bring it. See? 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 So just rub cream on it and wash off of it. What?
Do you think I can just bring the notes into the
What? Yeah. I'm gonna take this because I got it for Kaden. Was it good? Amazing. Okay, I'm gonna put it on his face. What? In a minute. Yeah, Ben. Ben, mom said that. Yeah, she like she's like college play like an hour video game. What you do your homework. And his mom bought her and so he goes to that. I'm just a little bad. That looks a little. Pocket or can I just cut it so it's not long? Thank you. Good. Yeah. I've been doing homework all day. I don't have that much homework.
Are you sure? I've been doing homework all day. Since 3:15. Something like 9 hours.
let's take a pause. You probably got a good 30 minutes. So take a 10-minute break. Go get some ice cream, go get on dad. And then from 9 to 9:30, finish up what you can. And then show it tomorrow. Be right. That's all you can do. You okay? You feeling the chest? The other thing is, you have a photo. I mean, isolate. Take the notes you have, take a 10-minute break, and then come back and read your own thing. Thanks so much. Taking care of your skin is like brushing your teeth and like deodorant, okay? So like, I feel like it's part of hygiene. So it's kind of like you were like, I'm like, brush your teeth, and you're like, don't do it. It's kind of like taking care of your skin and your teeth, deodorant, and your clothes, washing your bottom, like it's all part of like being human.
Say to not be funny, it's a magic in my head. Sean, that's cool. Who are you? The name's Safety. The name's Safety guy.
Yeah.
stink race and rock and body. I feel like hard. It, Yeah. Stinky ugly.
Kira, can I bring your songs in?
Mm.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw them out.
From
You're like, you don't focus, do you? Are you? Really not. That doesn't mean stay on your device for another hour, though, right?
I'm going faster again. But I'll probably do it half the time, but still, it's gonna be like 5 hours.
I don't understand how you missed one day of school.
What?
I don't understand how you missed one day of school and you're that far behind. Oh.
And everyone did this before. It's just they failed the test on it. Because they didn't get happy notes, so I'm getting good notes. For the test.
Yeah, and but you can also read it, so you can have.
Yeah, I already did.
And if you're having a turn to a
Okay, so that's pretty good.